Hey YouTube, how you doing? How you doing on this rising? Yes. So I contemplated about or procrastinated about making a video on today. I haven't been here in about 40 days, and my purpose today is most profitable niches, right? So, my number one thing is do the things that you love more often. Doing the things that you love more often. A lot of times we get wrapped up in doing what others would rather see more often than what we as an individual would like to do or see. Or if we work a job, then we don't get to do the things we want to do more often because we're always doing what others need. And that's been my thing for the aim that I seek for my life. I seek to do the things that I see myself doing more often. And what is that? Sometimes it's just reading my book. Sometimes book, Bible, um, dictionary, books, right? Sometimes it's starting a project. Sometimes it's thrifting, right? Most of the time, it's actually just enjoying myself. Sorry, guys. I am recording in the kitchen of my 500 square foot one bedroom apartment, and space is limited, right? But right behind you, you see my little arts and crafts going on. I have a box right here that I'm painting. I have just things in my little space that give me life. So, I have been coming to you guys for a long time now saying um, things of my past or just sharing with you different things, network marketing, products. But what I realized is my most profitable is me. And who am I? And what am I focusing on? What makes me feel good? What can I do for myself so I don't have to depend on others? Ever since I did the God God Power convention, it kind of made me more aware of the individual God power, the power in myself, the power within. The verses, ye are the gods, the weed and the tares, just the stories that I tell. I have to tell the stories of the abundance and not the lack of. I have to realize that I'm my own self reflection. So I'm talking to myself right now. And when I'm talking to myself, or whether self is talking to me, I have to be aware of the conversations. I want to have conversations that make me feel good, but I also want to have conversations that make me uncomfortable, because that's the only way I can get my understanding. That's the only way I can get the wisdom. And the knowledge of thyself. Right? So you have all these materials around you. You have all these different angles of things that you can do, but what do you really see yourself doing? Do you see yourself doing what you really want to do, or do you see yourself doing what others? And I say that because I always ask this question since I've been in my awakening. And the question that I asked myself and others was, when you hear what we call God talking to us, is it in a masculine voice or a feminine voice? Like when you hear the voice that says activate, or when you hear the voice that says wake up, when you hear the voice that says turn left or turn right, what voice do you hear it in? When you ask the question like, um, okay, so when you hear the voice that says let go of people or situations that drain you, whose voice do you hear it in? Because depending on whose voice you hear it in, goes to back to your most profitable niche. Is your niche, or is your niche someone else's niche? Did you see your niche, or did you hear your niche, or did you feel your niche? When you ask the question of who am I, whose voice do you hear your answer coming in? And I ask those questions because we live in such a chatty world. Like I literally have clients that ask me or say, how do I quiet my mind for meditation? It never shuts off. How do I quiet it? How do I quiet it? If I'm saying that right, because y'all know I talk funny. And it's like, why would someone outside of me feel like they need to ask me how do they quiet their mind? And the answer I got is because people really don't know everything. And sometimes you have to seek outsiders for your answers. But then I had to ask God, why me? My God, why me? What did that person see in me, a stranger, or hear in me to make them want to ask me, how do they quiet their mind? What I got was that it's because they listen to me talk. They're strangers. Only people that don't listen are people that think they already know you. And then they become the jury and the judge. But in this season, they're new teachers. Some of us did not go to school to be a teacher. See, when you go sit down and go within, you get anointed or appointed to do things that man did not give you documentation. You get information, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that man did not give you documentation for. There are new studies that prove with receipts that this is a new world that we live in. These are new teachers. These are new ways of teaching. These are forbidding secrets, forbidding knowledge, forbidding anything outside of what some of us look at as Christianity is considered a cult. A cult means to be hidden. It's not satanic. It's hidden. It was forbidding. Because if you knew the truth, then you could have abused it. Just as some people abuse their positions. Let that sink in. I'm not going to give y'all long videos anymore at the moment. because I feel like some need to get breadcrumbs as I got breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to start leaving you little breadcrumbs. And sometimes you might have to replay the breadcrumbs so you can listen to it and see what message that you're going to follow. As an individual. To see if you want to be collective of the breadcrumbs that I'm using to make me a loaf of bread, my ingredients. So I'm going to end this video and I'm going to say, seek and ye shall find everlasting life. Have a blessed day.